Yeah.
Okay, Leo, today I'm going to introduce to you, this is our homophone tree. Do you remember what a homophone is?
It's like a word with two meanings.
It's a word with two
Like
meanings.
bee, like there's, I went to bee, and then there's like bee buzz.
And a bumblebee, good. So it's a word, it's not like a word, it is a word. It's a word that sounds alike or different. So think of two words. They sound alike or different.
Wood and wood.
Wood and wood, that's another good example. So those are words that sound the same, but they have different what?
Meanings.
They have different meanings. And they have different meanings because they're spelled
Differently.
differently. So spelling is important because
Because if you can't spell, some jobs are hard to get.
that's true. But if you spell, that's right, that's what I did tell you, right? But if you spell, the way that you spell words actually tells us what they mean. Okay?
Okay.
So spelling a word, when you're writing, in your writing, it helps us to express what we're trying to say. So the would you like to go on a date with me? If you write,
WOULD. That's.
if you text that to a girl, you don't want to say would, WOOD.
But that's like slang.
She's gonna say, I don't want to go on a date with him, because that shows, meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use this actually this whole year to put our homophones up here, because these are tricky because they sound alike, so it doesn't give us any kind of clue. They sound alike. We have to know what they mean to know when to use them in our writing. So it's tricky for people like us, right? Okay. So let's go over a couple that we've already done before, and I know you're an expert on these, but I'm just going to show you how we're going to use this actual homophone tree, okay? So here's one that I know you're an expert on, and it's, we're going to take one branch here, and here it is, right and right. Okay, so, what was our cue to remember right and right? The way they look, the way those words look. Do you remember?
Because the G.
Was it the G? I thought it was the W.
Oh yeah.
When we were
I
studying
forget it.
this, the scribble on the W was reminded us like a scribble, so that meant to write something down. And I picked 3 pictures for right, because you can take a right, hold up your right hand. You can take a right or have a right hand. Something can check, see the check mark? Something can be right, or you can have a right angle. So one of the ways in which I'm thinking we might use this homophone tree will be as you're writing, W-R-I-T-I-N-G, as you're writing this year, you might look up and know which one to use by the picture. Do you think that might be helpful to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to put together the homophone pairs. If they come in pairs, sometimes they come in triplets. Words can be tricky, sometimes they trick us. Here's another pair that I think that you know. Let's try this together. Tell me what that word means.
No.
New.
Like I knew the answer, and the other one is, and EW means like there's any products that you have to buy.
Something's brand new. And this pair was particularly tricky because what does this have? What's this rule?
This one's got a K and EW.
And that has the what rule? The
The
silent.
silent K.
The silent K, the old silent K. So we're going to put these on a branch together because they're a pair, they go together. Let's put them real close because they're going to go together to remind us that it's the same what? It's the same homophone, but it's the same
Word.
sound,
Sound.
different
Word.
different spelling, okay? Different spelling, so we can look at that. Does that help with the pictures
Yeah.
to be able to see? Okay, so now Why don't you try, take a pair there and see, what do you have?
Feet and feet. I don't know. No, this one.
Yeah, there's some homophones that we, you know, and as I came across that one, I thought, oh, we don't use that word a whole lot.
What is
So we know what feet is, so go ahead and put that on the tree. You know what that is, that's a simple one. But you actually know what a feat is because you've accomplished several feats. F-E-A-T. What is the boy doing on the picture?
He's running, he won a marathon.
Looks like he just won a marathon. So to accomplish a feat means that you've just accomplished something that you didn't think that you could do maybe, that you just accomplished, and that was something that you had to really work hard towards.
Mhm.
So when's the time that you've accomplished a feat?
School.
Maybe school, right? And learning how to read. Sure, that's a good feat. Or even with sports, we usually think with sports we say that's a feat. What a feat they've accomplished.
Mhm.
You know, Amir, you're thinking of your friend Amir being #1 in the state. That's quite a feat at his age. So something that you've accomplished, that you've put a lot of time and effort, that you've really accomplished something wonderful. Your words per minute, that would be a feat. Okay, take the next pair and see.
Thrown and thrown.
Thrown and thrown. And you may not have realized that this was a homophone pair either.
I knew it was.
You knew it was, okay. And I used a football picture there for you because I know that's your favorite. So show me the vowel pattern there.
O-N-E.
And what's special about O-N-E? Do you know what that pattern is?
So vowel consonant E.
Mm-hmm. And that's for the O-N-E, so that's the...
So it means the O's gonna have, the O's gonna be long.
Mm-hmm. And
this one's gonna be short.
an O-W. Mm-hmm. So when you spell it differently, one means I have thrown the football.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to have thrown
Thrown.
the throne. Exactly. So go ahead and put that on another tree together. So do you see, and go ahead and put those real close together so that when you're writing, I was trying to pick things that you might be writing about because you write about sports, you know, something about a feat or something about using the past tense of throw.
Mm-hmm.
In your writing, you might use some of these homophones that you'll use the correct spelling right away, and then you can use that visual cue. Okay, so how might we, those are some ways that we might use it this year for writing, but how might we start to add to the tree?
We could do like, we could just learn more homophones and put them on the tree and put the tree school.
And how would we learn more homophones? How do you think we do that?
By you letting me know.
By me letting you know. How do you think you take ownership of the homophone tree?
I think about stuff. Oh, I go outside and then, like,
Where do we find homophones? Where do we find, what are they? They're what?
they're things.
They're things, they're what? They're words. So where do we find words?
The dictionary.
How often do you read the dictionary?
A book?
Books. So the more we read, the more we come across words and word patterns like this that we and they're kind of fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think so. Sure. So as we come across them, you'll have to say, hey, we can put this on another leaf. This is another homophone.